What's going on, you guys? Rick coming back at you. And I wanted to touch on a practice and a habit that I have implemented in my everyday life. I got this from successful people. Remember, success leaves clues. So if you listen to them and you start to foster their ideas and their habits, you're also going to reach the same level of success that they have. So remember, success leaves clues. Now, keep in mind that this habit and this discipline that I'm going to talk about is not easy. It's going to take you really consciously applying this, but more so restraining yourself. There's going to be a lot of restraint that comes into this because you're doing something different than you've ever done before. So what is this discipline? It is keeping yourself mentally broke. Now, here's what I mean by that. Keeping yourself mentally broke does not mean that you don't have any money. On the contrary, you have money in investing, you have money in, real estate, or wherever you're keeping your money, in the mattress or in a savings account, a checking account, whatever. So it's not that you don't have money. It's not that you don't have assets, but it's an idea of, I know I have this much money, but mentally, I'm not going to spend it, by telling myself that I'm mentally broke. And by telling yourself you're mentally broke, what you do is you kick the habit of unnecessary spending, because you're mentally conditioning yourself to not spend on things that you don't need. Again, it's not that you don't have the money in there. You definitely have the money in there. But mentally, you're conditioning yourself to say, I'm broke right now, therefore I'm not going to spend this money that I have in assets and investing and in my accounts itself. Now, again, this is going to take discipline. And the reason why is because you're going to look at those assets from time to time. You're going to look at your bank account from time to time, and you're going to go, wow, I have a nest egg of $5,000 in here, $10,000 in here, $15,000 in here. And I really want to spend it on this new watch, or I really want to spend it on this vacation, or I really want to spend it on X, Y, and Z. But the discipline comes in that you don't do that. And the reason why is because in doing that, you are going to overspend, and then that nest egg that you've had built up is going to eventually wean its way down to zero, because that's what you're conditioned for. If you're not conditioning your mind for success and abundance and seeing abundance all around you, and you're spending that abundance, i.e. that money that you have in that nest egg, then you're consciously going to see zeros in your bank account all the time. Therefore, you're reaffirming this idea of, I don't have this money. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, but you're telling yourself that you're mentally broke. Correct. The reason why you're doing that is so that you don't spend unnecessarily. Now, is that contrary to building a abundance belief about yourself? The answer to that is no, because if there's ever thoughts that start creeping up, or feelings, I should say, feelings that start to creep up that say, I don't have enough, or I have a lack right now, then you still have those assets or that bank account to look at and say, oh, I definitely still have abundance in here. And by keeping that nest egg in there, not only are you ensuring that you'll always have abundance around you, but you're also drawing more of it into yourself, because you know, even though mentally, consciously I'm broke, subconsciously I know I'm not broke because I have money in these assets. So really what you're doing here, to recap all of this, is you are disciplining yourself to not overexpose yourself in expenditure. So even though you have this money, you don't spend it. Because if you can discipline yourself to not spend it, what you're essentially doing is you're always going to have those assets, and you'll not overextend yourself, but you'll always have money in your bank account, so that you know, if anything were to happen, no worries, I still have abundance in my life right now. So if I lose my business, no big deal, I still have this abundance in my account right here. Or if I lose my job, no worries, I still have this abundance in my account here. So now you're no longer worried about things that are external to you, because you know you have these assets to fall back on. So consciously you're keeping yourself broke, but subconsciously you know that you are abundant. So I hope that that helped you. That's something that a lot of successful people do. And if you can discipline yourself with this habit, I promise you, you'll start to see more abundance come to you. So I hope that helped, and you guys have a good day.